What's up, everybody? I cannot believe that I'm making another video that the Lions are headed to the championship game, the NFC Championship game, and I'm going against my man's team, Hollywood 80 Bang Bang Niner game. It's funny because, you know, I've been kind of following the Niners, and the Niners up against Stafford and making their run. Kind of a good team to kind of watch and watch how they were building that culture over there and that team with that defense. And now my team is going up against that very same team, a team that got to the promised land a few years ago with Jimmy Garoppolo, and now my team is against that team to get to that promised land and get there. Now, the Niners are a lot different from the Detroit Lions. They've got a historic history, right? We've never been. We are one of 4 teams that have never appeared in the Super Bowl, and we are 60 minutes and the San Francisco 49ers away from getting that off of our checklist. The Detroit Lions are 1 game away from heading to the Super Bowl. Now, for those of you who don't know, I will be in Santa Clara. I'm actually going to that game. I had to have people help me out. People on my other channel, they came through and was able to get me a ticket to the game, was able to get me a ticket basically so I can transfer me points so I could fly in and out of the stadium. And now I just got to secure a place to stay. But I will be there to watch my Detroit Lions in section 421, all the way at the top, very similar to how I was for Kansas City, and see this team potentially go to its first ever Super Bowl. So just to put that into perspective, my mom was born in 1957. She was literally born the year the Lions last won a championship. So this is before the NFL became what it is now. It had only been around for what? It just had 100. So you're talking about maybe 30, 35 years at this point, because I think in 2020 was 100 years. So the NFL was still in its baby stages. It wasn't even the NFL that we know now. The Super Bowl is in the year 58, and the Lions have never been. Never been. So everybody who's a Lions fan, they know that. There's 4 teams that has never been: the Detroit Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, and the Cleveland Browns. And we can get that monkey off our back. One thing about this team, we have won the NFC North, and something that's never happened in the 20-plus years since its realignment. Checked off. We had never hosted a game at Ford Field, a playoff game. Checked off. We had 1 playoff win in the past 60-some-odd years, which was back in the 1990s, 30-plus years ago. Checked off. Now we have two playoff wins. We have more playoff wins in 7 days than we had in 50 years. Unreal. And we got 2 more, but we got 1 more to go in order to make it to the Super Bowl, which I don't even know how I would feel. I can't even put it into words, but I know one thing: I will be there to see it happen. So, man, what a time. What a time. You guys have seen the heartache. Before I created Lions Syndicate, I was doing all my Lions content over here. I got started on YouTube by making a rant video in Thanksgiving of 2018. We lost to the Chicago Bears and Chase Daniel. Chase Daniel, the same Chase Daniel that played for our teams a few years ago, beat us on Thanksgiving. And I was livid. And here we are. Here we are. There's been several times that I've almost stopped watching this team. None. The last time was 2 years ago. I was going to take a break after we started 0-10-1. And it was a particular game, the Minnesota Viking game, the game we wind up winning. We had dominated that pretty much that entire game. We were up by double digits, and then the Lions just let this game slip away. And after dealing with Patricia and going to LA and watching this team lose over and over and over, I was just going to step away for the rest of the season. Like, okay, I'll come back and start this next season, because you can only put yourself through too much. And I said, if they win this game, it literally came down to 1 play, the final play. I said, if they lose this game, I'm done for the year. And a walk-off touchdown to St. Brown, and, you know, we've never looked back. And here we are, and because of that, my other channel exists, and I'm almost 20,000 over there. The relationships that I've formed with you know, every one of you guys. So anyway, yeah, I want to apologize, though, for the streaming season. It's really not, it wasn't my intention to not stream, but when YouTube doesn't even notify the people that want to watch you, it's tough. It's tough. You're just kind of sitting there. So I said I'm going to repurpose and make videos as well as live stream. So for the Super Bowl, I will not be live streaming the Super Bowl unless the Detroit Lions are in it. So if they're in it, I'll live stream. If I'm not doing a watch party somewhere, that's number one. If they're in it, then I might do a watch party online. So, but my main priority, I've been sitting in the basement for 5 years. And it's I guess YouTube, this is its way of trying to tell me, Derek, it's time to get out the basement, man. So anyway, my Detroit Lions, the NFC title game, the first time this has happened since I was in middle school. I have graduated, been married twice, and had a child, and turned 40, grew a beard and have gray hair, and lost my hair, all in the same span since the Lions have last been in the title game. They got beat down by the Washington Redskins at the time. The Washington Redskins go on to win the Super Bowl. So if you're going to lose to a team, it might as well be the team that ultimately wins the Super Bowl. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you. More content to come. The off season is almost here. And I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.